Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy and blessed Thursday in Jesus' name. Hallelujah. So today, before we get into Bible study, we're going to be coming from Proverbs 15 and also 31. I have it here for a reason. Wisdom is supreme. I'm going to share with you guys some words that God has been giving me downloading over the last couple of days. And whatever's for you, I just pray that you take heed and are open to it. So the first one that he gave me is wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. I'm not going to read this, but it is very important for you guys to use the wisdom that God has blessed you with in whatever season of life that you're in. And that can be in any area. That could be if God is telling you to get rid of things, to prepare, to, whatever. Like whatever he's telling you to do. It could be he's telling you to get ready to leave. It could be him telling you to watch your relationship or connection to certain people. It could be wisdom to do something like practical, like right now. Like let's say right now you have like 2 or 3 hours in between time and you have things that you could do. You being obedient to use that wisdom to take care of those practical things in that time is going to give you an advantage. And it's also going to give you advantage because those things are done. You did it in that time, and then you have other time to do other things, or you never know, something else could have came up and you doing that. You're going to be glad you did that. So whatever it is with wisdom, with speaking to certain people or connecting to certain people or disconnecting from certain people, doing practical things. It could be he's saying you about to leave, you about to move, pack. Wisdom says begin packing. Wisdom says believe God. Wisdom says whatever God is telling me to do right now in my seasons of life, I need to do. Wisdom is me trusting God. It could be anything. It could be anything from the smallest things to the biggest things. So we have some videos talking about wisdom and spiritually and practically what it's talking about. So, that's a word for someone. Another thing that I saw last night, guys, because a lot of times I have to just keep what he's showing me, but what he say I can release, I do my best to do that. So last night, one of the things that I saw was a big table, a big round table. And what's happening for many of you, it already started happening. For some of you, it's going to start happening. I saw a big table, and people were seated at tables, and a lot of people were removed from the table. So everybody cannot sit with you at the prepared table that God has for you. And there are some people that you can't sit with. Even the Lord showed me that for myself. He's been saying that to me for a long time now. Rakera, everybody can't sit with you at your table. Everybody can't come with you in your next season. That's why when God bring in people or he remove people, I'm okay with it. Because everything and everyone can't come. And I've been saying that to you guys for years. Some people are seasonal. Some people are going to be a little bit longer. But, that's a word for someone. You can't sit at everybody's table and everybody can't sit at your table. And you got to be okay with that. Because these are tables that God has prepared for you, and blessings that he have prepared for you, in seasons of life that he have prepared for you. So that's another word I saw. And then another word I heard, I believe I heard this like Monday. Take caution. And I started to do a video on this, but I just prayed instead for whoever it was for. But I'm going to release this. The Lord said, take caution and precaution. Take caution. Watch who you're talking to. Watch who you're sharing with. Watch who you're connected to. Watch what you're doing. It could be a job that you just feel like, and God's telling you something else. Caution. When it comes to finances and investments, caution. When it comes to not moving in finances and investments, whatever that caution is for you, a lot we've talked about in other videos, guys, but I released these words again. So take whatever is for you. Okay, so now we're going to get into reading. Also, guys, for Bible study, the next maybe 7 or 8 Bible study videos, I took time out yesterday morning, kind of early. I'm just kind of waking up, but kind of early yesterday morning to write out what he was showing me. And some of them I kind of wanted to read Like before, like I wanted to read our second one today, but he was like, no, read them in order. So I'm like, okay, so today we're going to read Proverbs 15 and Proverbs 31. But let me tell you guys, where we will be coming from, or some of the books will be coming from: 2 Samuel, Psalms, 2 Chronicles, Deuteronomy, Hosea, Luke, places like that, guys. Excuse me. Okay, so Proverbs 15. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise commends knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. And we have a Proverbs series also, guys, so you can check out that or the other playlists on the channel. Okay. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. The tongue that brings healing is a tree of life, but a deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. And I have to release this for somebody. You that are called and chosen to what God has given you to do, no hater, no devil, no one that he's trying to use can stop that. For Ephesians 6:10 through 18 and Psalms 91 covers you. Nothing can stop or block what God has blessed. Just like when we read in Numbers with Balaam and Balak. Okay, so the tongue that brings healing is a tree of life, but a deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. A fool spurns his father's discipline, but whoever heeds correction shows prudence. The house of the righteous contains great treasure, but the income of the wicked brings them trouble. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, not so the hearts of fools. The Lord detests the sacrifice of the wicked, but the prayer of the upright pleases him. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue righteousness. Stern discipline awaits him who leaves the path. He who hates correction will die. Death and destruction lie open before the Lord. How much more the hearts of man? A mocker resents correction. He will not consult the wise. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. The discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the mouth of a fool feeds on folly. All the days of the oppressed are rich, but the cheerful heart has a continual feast. Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil. Better a meal of vegetables where there is love than a fattened calf with hatred. A hot-tempered man stirs up dissension, but a patient man calms a quarrel. The way of the sluggard is blocked with thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly, like foolishness, delights a man who lacks judgment, but a man of understanding keeps a straight course. Plans fail for lack of counsel, and this was another word that he was saying for someone strongly too. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. A man finds joy in giving an apt reply, and how good is a timely word. The path of life leads upward for the wise to keep him from going down to the grave. The Lord tears down the proud man's house, but he keeps the widow's boundaries intact. The Lord detests the thoughts of the wicked, but those of the pure are pleasing to him. The greedy man brings trouble to his family, but he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous weighs its answers, but the mouth of the wicked gushes evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. A cheerful look brings joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. He who listens to a life-giving rebuke will be at home among the wise. He who ignores discipline despises himself, but whoever heeds correction gains understanding. The fear of the Lord teaches a man wisdom, and humility comes before honor. So that was Proverbs 15. Now we're going to go to 31. And it's talking about Epilogue, the wife of noble character. It says, and I believe we have a Proverbs 31 series as well. I know we did a lot of it on the prayer line around the time that we were reading the book of Proverbs on the YouTube channel. Okay, so the wife of noble character. A wife, actually I wanted to read all of Proverbs 31. Sayings of King Lemuel and the wife of noble character. We're going to do a series on that, ladies, if not December, because we have a theme for December, but if not December, moving into like January or February of next year. but sayings of King Lemuel. The sayings of King Lemuel, an oracle his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what the law decrees and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Give beer to those who are perishing, wine to those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Now we get into the wife of noble character. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still dark. She provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. Before I keep reading, I have this word for someone. Don't worry about your enemies. God has your enemies in his very own hand. And when he's done with them, they're going to wish that they were never your enemies. Okay, that's why we're supposed to pray for our enemies. If God is putting on your heart to pray for someone, pray. Don't take anything into your own hands. God sees and knows all. You don't want to get out of position and then he have to deal with you. Let God handle it. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay. As he dealt with the Egyptians when they tried to come after the Israelites, we see the outcome. So I don't know who I'm hearing that for, but that's the word of the Lord. Okay. So let me go back to 12. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still dark. She provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So we're going to revisit that again. I'm going to revisit that again for the series, and I'm going to leave it here for somebody. Right here, verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. We just prayed this a couple days ago, and we've come from the Psalms 23 a lot, but this is for somebody right here. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys back on tomorrow morning, Lord's will.